So just to finish, we'll go back to this image, which we worked on during the first session. And if you remember, somebody had very cleverly fixed this image, repaired this image with some sellotape, which had subsequently yellowed with age. So we removed the colour and we lightened the tape to make it much less intrusive. But now we're going to have a go at removing the tape completely. Before we do, this image is littered with little rusty orangey spots. So I'm going to add another adjustment layer, switch to black and white, and just accept that. And then go to layer, merge visible, so that I can now work on a single layer, as we've done so many times, that contains all of the information that we've applied so far. So I'm going to zoom in on this area of tape. Okay. And I'm going to pick up the freehand selection tool and just select the tape. It doesn't have to be done wildly accurately. Do remember that if you hold down the Shift key, you can draw in straight lines. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key, click and drag down that edge of the tape to about here. Release the Shift key and press it again and come across to about here. Release and click it down again, and then release and down again, and then release and down again, up to here, and then release it and press it down again, release it and press it down again, release it and press it down again, and release and press down to the start mark. And there we have a selection. Now, the marching ants are a nuisance when you try and do this work, so it's a good idea to hide them. But a word of warning, once they're hidden, it's very easy to forget that they're still there. So in all likelihood, I shall forget during the course of this explanation. So we're going to go to View, and you see Show Pixel Selection is ticked. So we just select that, and they disappear. They're still there. There's still a live selection, but we can't see the marching ants around the edge. So now we're going to add a levels adjustment to this. And this levels adjustment will only affect the selection. It won't affect anything else because we've got a live selection. So I'm going to pick up the gamma, which is the mid-tones, because this is a mid-tone that we're working on, and just lighten it and lighten it and lighten it until I feel the tones match the tones either side of the tape, which is about there. And then I'm going to click on Merge so that that becomes part of the underlying pixel layer. I'm then going to pick up my InPainting tool, which we've used so many times over the past 2 sessions, and just very careful. I've done it. I've forgotten about the selection. If I just scribble, can you see? It will only let me paint inside the selection. I need to make those marching ants live again and then actually get rid of them. So I'm going to go to View, Show Pixel Selection, and this time I'm going to hit Command D. So now we've got rid of the selection, and now I can paint effectively wherever I want. So now I can paint down the edges of the tape. Staggeringly easy. And of course, I can clear up these horrible damaged areas. Like so, etc. So you just repeat that same process on all the other bits of tape. I prefer to do this a little at a time. So I might choose this area next and then just work my way up the image. And when we've finished that, in order to recolor it, all we have to do is add an adjustment layer, recolor, as we've done before, choose a nice orangey color, reduce the saturation so that orangey color becomes a nice sepia-y brown, and there we are.